So today I want to present to you not just any community, but one of the last upcoming communities on a prime location. Again, you're going to hear about a lot of off-plan being sold well towards Dubai South or well on Alain Road and all of that. Again, great investments, but again, if you're looking at the location, it's more of an upcoming location. But today we've got something which is already on a true prime location, already on a location where we've had transactions where prices have already increased more than threefolds. And right now, if you can tell by the community that I'm standing in, this is Jumeirah Golf Estates 1. Again, I believe, in my opinion, the most pleasant community you have across Dubai. Again, there's a lot of communities talked about Dubai Hills, Emirates Hills. You know, by the way, the golf course that's being managed over here, it's managed by Dubai Golf, which is owned by Al Wasso. It's the same entity that manages the golf course in Emirates Hills till date. And right now, what I want to talk about is Jumeirah Golf Estates 2, which is again a community by Al Wasso, which is located on a better location than Jumeirah Golf Estates 1. You have direct connectivity with D59, which takes you to Marina Mall in about 13 to 15 minutes. Great connectivity. You're closer to Marina, you're closer to Palm, more than Dubai Hills. And we have all of that on a great payment plan. Today, I'm going to take you to the site of this particular community, to what Jumeirah Golf Estates 1 is already known for today, how the community is going on as we speak, take you guys to the exact plot of Jumeirah Golf Estates 2, and finally showcase to you the exact master plan we're going to have for Jumeirah Golf Estates 2. It's one of the most finest, well-planned, well-linked with the government master plan that I've seen in a while. Much better than the previous Jumeirah Golf Estates. And I believe, in my humble opinion, best master plan for a golf course community. And also Oasis is right below it. Again, a great investment opportunity, that too, but it's a great competition to it. That's a topic for another day. So let's keep that for another video. And if you are interested into villas, townhouses, there are only a few available which we can get our hands on. Again, one of the best payment plans there is for a villa. So stay tuned, watch the video till the end if you are looking for a villa or a townhouse investment with great potential and actually has those USPs. Now, especially in a market that is filled with so much supply, villas account for less than 10% of the supply. And when you're entering into a true prime location with a spectacular community, with a developer that already has a great track record of returns, a proven location, a great location that you can imagine yourself living in right now and not after 5 or 10 years, and many of the other investors who are buying other kinds of assets. I'll walk you guys through everything. This is being managed by Dubai Golf, which is an entity owned by Al Wasso. That's the same entity that's managing the Emirates Hills golf course at the current moment. So it's the same one that you have in the new phase, so you can expect the kind of maintenance, the kind of community lifestyle you have, that too on extremely other levels in the new community. So right now I just drove all the way to the tip of the plot. I'll tell you guys exactly why I was just in Jumeirah Golf Estates 1 towards the plot where it's connecting to Jumeirah Golf Estates 2. The reason I drove over here is when you look at real estate anywhere across the extremely important where it's located, right? And over here we have one of the best accessibilities because we've got D59 right over there, which is at the entrance of the community and makes you only 13 minutes to Marina Mall. Again, if you look at any other upcoming community, it's much further down. And when you're targeting HNIs and new HNIs who are looking into villas, you're seeing is again, it's only 13 minutes from that entrance of the community to Marina Mall. Again, that's the D59 street, which takes you directly towards Sheikh Zayed Road and later to Marina, Palm, etc. Again, if you're looking at an HNI, UHNI, one of their most important assets, it's not money, it's their time. You want to be in communities which are closer to that. And the closer option you pick up at a similar price point, the more money you want to make out of it. So that was one thing which I wanted to show you guys right over there. Again, it's a very well planned, master community, very, very well located right over here. Again, it's a very, very well planned master community on one of the last prime plots we have. I'll take you guys to the sales office where we have the full master plan of the community, give you guys a good idea of the master plan and what it has to offer. Again, Jumeirah Golf Estates 1 is nothing in compared to what we are having as the offerings, as the master plan offerings within Jumeirah Golf Estates 2. So stay tuned for that. So now finally we are on the master plan of Jumeirah Golf Estates 2. Before getting into anything, we were standing right about there where we have Jumeirah Golf Estates 1. I was just walking over there giving you the preview of that and some idea of the community. Again, this community is levels ahead of Jumeirah Golf Estates 1 because of what it offers, the kind of greenery, the kind of hotels, etc. We'll get into all of that. And we were at the tip of the plot. Now, why I went over there specifically is because of the connectivity you have. Now, if you are on this major road, you're looking at about 8 to 9 minutes as per Google Maps to Marina Mall. Now, let's say we add in another 3-5 minutes driving all the way from your villa or townhouse to get into Marina. That's less than 15 minutes to Marina, Palm, to the central locations of the city, to Dubai Internet City, where we've got tier 1 tech firms such as Microsoft, Oracle. This is one of the last prime plots we have for a villa townhouse community across Dubai, closer to Marina, Palm than Dubai Hills. Now, before we get into the specifics of the townhouses and the villas, and we talk about what the master plan has to offer, because especially when you're buying in a master plan like this, you're not just buying square foot, you're buying what the community has to offer, what the master plan has to offer, which you'll not really see. Maybe there's a handful of master plans that you can really buy in for villas and townhouses because of it requiring the capital for a developer to make. When we talk about Wasl, it's not just government backed, it is indeed a government entity, which till date manages the golf course in Jumeirah Golf Estates 1, also the golf course in Emirates Hills, which tells you enough about its credibility, enough about the entity itself. Now, getting more specific into the master plan in terms of what it has to offer, I'll tell you a couple of things which Jumeirah Golf Estate 1 does not have, and you're buying at a different price difference when you look at it from an investment standpoint. Right over here, we have got the tennis stadium, one of the largest in Middle East and North Africa, seats about 5,000 people, some sports courts around it. We will have some events which will also be hosted at the tennis stadium. Secondly, we've got the Mandarin Oriental 5-star hotel. And it's not just a hotel, it's internationally recognized to be one of the most luxurious hotel. I believe the best hotel in 2025. This will not just bring in a lot of facilities, spa facilities, etc., but it will also bring in a lot of ultra high net worth individuals which love hotels like Mandarin, Four Seasons, etc. They will love to come to this community. Even more importantly, which I personally think from an investment standpoint, which makes this community really, really stand out to me, is this particular section of the community that you can see right over here. Now, this is the Etihad railway station. Why that is so important? You've probably seen it mapped out. It takes you to Abu Dhabi, let's say in 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You will see the rail going across a lot of parts of Dubai, but most of the master communities do not have a railway station, which this particular community does. So let's say you're working in ADGM, but you love the lifestyle of Dubai, the golf courses or the nightlife, etc., and you want to live in Dubai. This makes this particular Etihad railway station makes it extremely accessible for you to live in Dubai and work in Abu Dhabi if you're not fond of the lifestyle over there. So again, this is a big added value, added factor for a master community as such, which you don't really have in a lot of the parts of Dubai. When we look at the most well-performed villa communities inland, you're looking at communities like Emirates Hills, Dubai Hills in the last 3-4 years. Now, all of those communities have something in common, which is golf courses, which you've got over here, which are one of the most finest golf courses across Dubai and are going to be maintained by the most finest entities which already manage Emirates Hills Golf Course and Jumeirah Golf Estates 1, which I took you guys to. And you can see how pleasant the community is, and despite of it being such an old community, it's still being managed very well. But one more thing, is something we did not have in Jumeirah Golf Estates 1. We have over here is the equestrian village and the equestrian trail of the community, where you can have your horses. There will be a specific trail which you can go around the community on your horse. Now there are a lot of HNIs, UHNIs that I personally know that love horses, that want to have an equestrian facility close to their community, but over here you literally have it within the community itself. Now all of these factors are the reason why master communities have always been in demand. You will see the prices in Amber Hills being about 10x or 15x over the decades, or you'll see Jumeirah Golf Estates increasing in value about 3 to 4 times in the last 5, 7, 10 years. Is because of these master communities, that too being on prime land. When we talk about Oasis, it is just connected right below it. It's a great master plan, purely just villas, no townhouses, no apartments over there, no clutter. That is also a great community. This is also a great community. Some variances in the price per square foot, which is a discussion for another day. Again, both, if you're looking at a segment of villas, let's say 14 million plus, we can always look at both. But talking about this in specific, that's where we had the last launch of Cedarwood Estates, where we had 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, and 6-bedroom standalone villas on the golf course. The 4 bedrooms in particular were not on the golf course. When we talk about the pricing, when we talk about it from an investment standpoint, the 4-bedroom standalone villas, not on the golf course, are doing about 2,200 dirhams per square foot. And when we look at Jumeirah Golf Estate 1, transactions over there of newer villas, which are not on the golf, is doing about 3,000 dirhams per square foot. So that's your clear margin. When you add on a 50-50 payment plan, you can imagine how good that would be. You're really deploying a minimum of your capital, and the timeline is less than 3 years. So that's extremely high ROI on an extremely short timeline from the best track record that you can get from a developer. Now, things get more interesting when we look at the villas on the golf course, the 5 and the 6 bedrooms, extremely limited availability. When we look at them, they're doing about 2,700 to 2,900 dirhams per square foot. And when we look at the transactions happening in Jumeirah Golf Estates 1, the villas on the golf course generally are transacting from 3,700 to 4,000 dirhams per square foot, but you will find multiple transactions happening 4,000 dirhams per square foot plus, depending on the kind of layout. Because if you look at the old layouts, they were not the best. They didn't have all of the ensuite bedrooms or the floor to ceiling, etc. So some clusters will have a difference in pricing despite of the view. But here we have the best architectural designs, the best finishes that you can possibly get, I believe, for new build villas across town, which makes these one-off. And that's your minimum margin of growth. When you're entering at, let's say, 2,900 a foot for a premium golf course villa, you've got transactions at 4,000 a foot, plus all of these added features, plus the location. You can imagine how good the investment can be, especially from a resale standpoint. But again, such assets are truly scarce in Dubai. The families, HNIs, UHNIs, wealthy individuals moving in Dubai, they want to have these villas, and they are increasing year on year, and we do not have enough supply of villas. So it usually makes more sense to keep these villas for a longer term. Now, I do have a detailed full investment report about these villas, the full transaction data of the villas which are comparable to these in Jumeirah Golf Estates 1, which shows you a conservative amount of returns that you can expect on these villas. So you can message me at my number and I can share that with you. And one more thing is, one of the initial launches in this community was Pinewood Village, which was townhouses. I believe one of the largest townhouses that I've seen across Dubai. The minimum size is around 3,250 square foot. Phenomenal architectural design. I haven't seen. For the villas, I can say there are other comparable options, but particularly about the townhouses, you will not find designs, you will not find luxury on this particular level. There was a new launch that we had of Lunaya. Maybe you can say that can be comparable, but again, big difference in locations. If you're looking inland right now and you do not want a location which is upcoming, but you can imagine yourself living there right now, and which is on a shorter time scale of growth, there is no comparable to this particular community. But phenomenal designs, phenomenal architectures of the townhouses. 4-bedroom corner townhouses have their own pool. And one thing about Wasl is they will build everything that you see in the brochures. They will build all of the swimming pools, the landscaping, etc., which you generally do not get across Dubai, let's say from Emaar or any other comparable developer. And we have the models of the villas. If you look at the models, you can see how much of a focus there is, how meticulous Faisal has been in terms of the finishing, in terms of the facade, making it really stands out. And the name estate actually suits those villas. I believe these will be one of the last standard villas or one of the last few standard phases we're going to have launched of standalone villas. After this, we will have the hilltop mansions, which are bang on the golf course, much more elevated than the standard golf course villas. The normal standard ones are also well elevated and you have that extended view, but the hilltop mansions are extended even further, have a much more elevation, giving you that extremely good view. We're going to have those being launched, and the Mandarin Oriental branded residences, which are rumored to come in. We may have some mansions by Mandarin Oriental itself right beside or close to the hotel itself. So that is rumored to come in. So if you are looking for a villa, let's say the 4 bedrooms over here start about 13.4 million dirhams, great price per square foot for what the community, for what the subcluster, the location has to offer overall, and the comparable transactions. And the 5 bedrooms and the 6 bedrooms on the golf, you're looking at 25 million dirhams plus, but all on 50-50, which is a payment plan we generally do not get from Tier 1 developers across Dubai. So message me now for all of the floor plans, for an investment report, and I can guide you further, even if it's the townhouses, which starts at about 5.6 million dirhams for the 3 bedrooms, very well sized. I was looking at the transactions of townhouses. They grew in value about 45% in the last 2.5-3 years. The Jumeirah luxury ones, the newer townhouses, again, nowhere near the community that Jumeirah Golf Estates 2 is going to have. So contact me now. I can walk you through all of the layouts we have available, what's going to come in the future, give you a full investment insight, if it's a resale strategy, if it's an investment, if it's an end user, are there other options that may suit you well or not. So contact me now for a detailed discussion, selecting the right villa townhouse for you and your family. This is Ali Asif. It was a pleasure.